So the blissful gods were rousing both opposing armies, clashing front to front, but then in their own ranks their overpowering strife broke out in massive war. Down from the high skies the Father of men and gods let loose tremendous thunder. From down below Poseidon shook the boundless earth and towering heads of mountains. The whole world quaked. The slopes of Ida with all her springs and all her peaks, and the walls of Troy and all Achaea's ships. And terror struck in the underworld, Hades, lord of the dead, cringed and sprang from his throne and screamed shrill, fearing the god who rocks the ground above his realm, giant Poseidon, would burst the earth wide open now and lay bare to mortal men and immortal gods at last the houses of the dead, the dank, mouldering horrors that fill the deathless gods themselves with loathing. So immense the clash as the war of gods erupted. There, look, rearing against the Lord Poseidon, Phoebus Apollo loomed, bristling winged arrows, rearing against Ares, blazing-eyed Athena, rearing against Hera, Artemis with arrow of gold, and cry that halloos the hunt. The goddess raining shafts, huntress sister of Phoebus, the distant deadly archer, rearing against Leto, Hermes, the running god of luck, and against the fire god rose the great deep-swirling river immortals call the Xanthus, mankind calls Scamander. So God went up against God, but blazing Achilles strained to engage Prince Hector, plunge in battle with him beyond all others. Achilles yearning now to glut with Hector's blood, his, no other, Ares who hacks at men behind his rawhide shield. But Aeneas it was whom Phoebus, urger of armies, filled with power now, and drove against Achilles. Phoebus, masking his voice like Priam's son Lycaon, like him to the life the son of Zeus called out, "Captain of Trojan councils, where have they gone, those threats you made in your cups before the kings, boasting you'd face Achilles man to man in battle?" But Aeneas turned and gave the god an answer. "Son of Priam, why press me to go against Achilles? It's much against my will. His fury is overwhelming. Nor would it be the first time I have had to face the matchless headlong runner. Once before he chased me hard with his spear, down from Ida the day he raided our flocks and sacked Lyrnessus, Pedasus' fort as well. But Zeus saved me then, put force in my heart, spring in my racing knees. Else I'd gone down at Achilles' hands, Athena's too. The goddess sweeping before him lent the light of safety, calling Achilles on that day with his bronze spear to slaughter Leleges and Trojans. That is why no mortal can fight Achilles head to head. At every foray one of the gods goes with him, beating back his death. Even without that power his spear flies straight to the mark, never stops, not till it bores clean through some fighter's flesh. But if only Zeus would stretch the ropes of war dead even, the man would have no easy victory then, believe me, not though he claims he's built of solid bronze. Apollo, son of Zeus, encouraged him still more. "Hero, why not invoke the deathless gods yourself? They say you're a son of Aphrodite, Zeus's daughter, but Achilles sprang from a lesser goddess's loins. Aphrodite's a child of Zeus. Thetis comes from the old man of the sea. So ram him straight on with your tough bronze. Now, and not for a moment let him turn you back with his stinging proud contempt and brazen threats."